Hey, my name is Chad. Welcome to Collide Live. Now, if you're a normal attender, you're gonna notice once again, Jennifer is gone. I know. Well, this time she's out hunting narwhals in the Arctic, which, frankly, I don't know why she's hunting narwhals. It seems cruel, Jen. But she will be back next week, I promise. But until then, we're going to party this week. Cause today we're celebrating St. Patty's Day. And it's gonna be a lot of fun. And we're gonna play a new game. We're gonna have some icing, and there's potatoes, and we're in a series, and it's gonna be really fun. Yes, Sock Puppet Jen is back there next to Painting Jen, but I've decided not to do that today. Because nothing can really take the place of the real Jen. Plus, she threatened me that I should never use Sock Puppet Jen ever again. Now, let's talk about today. Today, we're in our series about miracles. Can't wait for that. 2, I'm gonna write a song about a potato and you're gonna give me the words. Plus, I have to do a potato jigsaw puzzle, all in the honor of St. Patrick's Day, which is gonna be a lot of fun. Now, you're also, somewhere in this video, somewhere in this live feed, you're gonna get to see Jen do some Irish step dancing. She went ahead and she joined a friend of ours and they went to an Irish step dancing class together, and you're gonna get to see the most, what's less than beautiful? Not beautiful dancing you've ever seen. And you're gonna get to do that too. Plus, we're giving away Shamrock Shakes today. That's right, my friends. We're giving away McDonald's gift cards for Shamrock Shakes. Now, here's the mystery about Shamrock Shakes though, guys. If it's a Shamrock Shake, shouldn't it taste like grass? Go ahead and put it in the chat. Shouldn't it just be a mint shake? What do you think? I wanna know. Inquiring minds wanna know. Now, don't forget to sign in. Sign in, subscribe. You gotta be a part of the chat, guys. Gotta be part of the chat. Because we wanna give you prizes. We want you to win Shamrock Shakes. So subscribe, sign in, be a part of the chat. That's how we choose our winners. And also hit that bell so you can always hear when we're going live. Now, let's jump right in. I have my potato. Saint Spigora, I got that potato here. Now, you guys are going to tell me, yeah, you want a Shamrock Shake, Julie? So do I. So you guys are gonna tell me what words I should do in my potato song while I put together this potato with green icing. Literally, I think we've just taken every possible thing you could think of with St. Patrick's Day and we crammed it into one game, and it's a lot of fun. All right, so what potato words, what words should we put into potato song whilst I try to put together a potato and I do everything in an Irish accent? By the way, the Irish accent will slowly become a Jamaican accent as I go along because I stink at Irish accents. Here we go. Okay, meat. oh, the potato. You're like the vegetable that's kind of the texture of meat. You're the kind of potato I'd like to meet. I don't know where I'm supposed to go with this. Wait. How is this supposed to go together? There. So, spud. That's a good one. Oh, dude, the potato, you are no dud, but you're my favorite kind of spud. I find you in the mud, and I feed you to polar bears. Everybody cares because you're the potato, and you don't smell like feet, and you are the spud that I'd never eat. Now, if I could take a potato and I could have a birthday party for you, I assure you I would never take you to the loo, which is how they say bathroom in England. Llama loops and potatoes, llama loops and potatoes. I don't know what rhymes with loops. I would take a potato and I would use it as a hula hoop. I don't know how that works, but it would. What are some more? Yes, I already said to polar bear. Jeepers. How many polar bears do you want in this song? It's not about polar bears. It's about potatoes. And I already said hoops. This is looking really good. Oh, it's look, it's very pretty. It's like an Irish potato there. Apes. All right. Well, let's finish up the song, shall we? So, we love the potato when you're around. We find you in the ground. We're so glad that we love you. We would never peel you. And if we did, we'd heal you. But thank you for the potato. We love you. Oh, potato. The end. You give me gas. And we're going to feed you to a rat dog. Okay. What do you think of my song? I got news for you guys. You cannot put together a potato once you cut it. These things are not meant to be put back together, which makes me wonder if we should ever have cut them in the first place. Save the potato. Let's start that hashtag. Hashtag save the potato. Although I do like french fries. On that note, who wants a gift card to McDonald's for a mint shake? Because I think we all agree it doesn't taste like grass. So who wants, I have some names here. Okay, I'm gonna reach in with my nasty hands here. Okay. We got Christine Warfel, Bamboo Neck Boy. By the way, Bamboo Neck Boy, I have so many questions. Why do you have a bamboo neck? Are you a boy with a bamboo neck? I want to see it. I want to see a picture. And N-Casish. I don't, is it N-Casish? Cash and Cash. And Cash of what? I don't know. But that's your name. And you win a $5 gift card to McDonald's to win a Shamrock Shake. Now, guys, we're starting in our series again about miracles. Really excited for this week. So Jen's teaching again, so it's almost like she's here. So take a look at this. We'll be back with you guys in just a second.
Hi guys, my name is Jen, and today I want to start by asking you another question, and that is, have you ever done something you're ashamed of? Maybe it was something you did or something you said, but right away, as soon as it happened, you instantly felt shame. See, that happens to me a lot, and I wish I could say the older I get, the better I get at this, but I don't, because my big mouth gets me in trouble. But probably one of the worst times was when I was in 7th grade, and there was this kid in class, and he was kind of the weird kid, and he smelled bad, and my teacher asked me to be his partner. And instead of showing Jesus to that kid, what I actually said in front of the entire class was, ew, Jason is gross, and I will not be his partner. And I remember looking at Jason and just seeing him just deflate. And I remember my teacher was super mad, and his whole entire face and head got bright red because he was so mad at me. And for the rest of the school year, he made fun of me, made up a nickname because I was so mean to Jason. Every single one of us, we all experience shame. And today I want to talk to you about a miracle that Jesus did to see through someone's shame and do something pretty incredible. I don't know about you, but it always gives me hope to know that when I mess up, I don't have to just live in that shame and live in that pain. I can actually turn to Jesus. And so I want to jump in and tell you a story of a woman who was really struggling with shame. See, this woman lived her whole life, and she had this problem where the doctors couldn't figure it out, her family couldn't help her, no one could help her, and she just kept bleeding. And they didn't know why. And see, what you have to understand about Jewish culture at the time is blood was considered unclean. If you were sick, you had a disease, you were kind of pushed aside and everyone ignored you and no one actually spent time with you. And we see her just in this pain and in this cycle of shame, wondering what's wrong with her, what am I gonna do? Is my life gonna ever change? Grab your Bibles or on the YouVersion app, We're going to turn to Luke chapter 8, and I'm going to start reading in verse 44 of what happens when this woman encounters Jesus as Jesus is traveling through her village. So verse 44 says, "Coming up behind Jesus, she touched the fringe of his robe." So she saw Jesus and she ran up behind him and touched his robe. And then it says, immediately the bleeding stopped. "Who touched me?" Jesus asked. Everyone denied it, and Peter said, "Master, this whole crowd is pressing up against you." But Jesus said, "Someone deliberately touched me, and I felt healing power go out from me." When the woman realized she could not stay hidden, she began to tremble and fell to her knees in front of him. I just want to imagine what was happening. So here's this woman, and she knew if she could just get to Jesus, if she could just touch his robe, she had so much faith that he was going to make a difference. See, guys, the one thing I want you to remember is that Jesus sees through our shame. See, Jesus was a teacher and a rabbi, and everyone was trying to get to him, but someone who was unclean would have never been allowed near a great teacher at the time. She wasn't even allowed to go into church because of this problem, but she knew that Jesus was going to be the answer for her. I love that about her faith. Let's keep reading as we find out what happens when she realizes she's got to tell Jesus it was her. Back up in verse 48, and this is Jesus talking to her now. He says, "Daughter," he said to her, "your faith has made you well. Go in peace." Your faith has made you well. So guys, her faith made her well. And what you and I need to understand from this is our faith, having faith, means reaching out for Jesus. But see, a lot of times when we're ashamed, when we mess up, when we do things that are wrong, what we sometimes do is we try to hide it. We try to say, I'm just going to pretend it never happened. I can't admit that I did that. I don't want anyone to know. And we hide the things that we're ashamed about. But what this woman showed us is Jesus didn't look at her like everyone else did. Jesus wanted to be with her, wanted to heal her, wanted to make a difference in her life. So my question is, what are you struggling with shame about right now? Where in your life have you felt shame? And maybe you have stuff that you're dealing with that you have not told anyone. Maybe you're looking at stuff you shouldn't be looking at. Maybe you said things you shouldn't have said. Maybe you've done things that you shouldn't have done. Maybe you've told lies. I don't know what it is that you've been hiding. But I need to tell you, for those of us who love Jesus, he is waiting for you to turn to him. And see, the miracle that Jesus performed in this is Jesus healed her. He healed that shame. And while a lot of you aren't physically bleeding like this woman was, inside, your heart is hurting. Aren't you tired of holding that pain and that shame? And Jesus says, will you reach out for me? Will you reach out to me and allow me to see through that shame and to heal your heart? What's stopping you? See, guys, in a second, we're going to head to group, and I want you to be really honest. And maybe for some of you, you can't even imagine telling your group, and maybe you just need to tell your life group leader one-on-one what's going on. But guys, I pray that you choose to be brave today, that you choose to take that shame and turn it over to Jesus, and so healing can begin. Because Jesus is waiting to do a miracle in your life and to redeem that shame in your hearts. All as you have to do is let him. Thanks, guys, for being here, and we'll see you next week.
So I really like that teaching, and I love the story. Because guess what? Every single one of us, every human being, every man, woman, and child, we've all made mistakes. We all. As a matter of fact, the Bible flat out says it. The Bible says, for all have fallen short of the glorious standards of God. Everyone. So it's not that we don't sin. Everyone does. But it's what happens when you do sin. What happens when you do mess up? What do you do about it? That's what defines us. That's what makes us who we are. So my question is, how many of you, maybe even right now, have made a mistake? Maybe there's something that, is in your heart. I mean, for you, maybe you've already come clean about it, and that's a really good thing. But I want to try to help us all understand is when you make a mistake, what are you going to do about it? First thing I want you to start thinking about doing is come clean to God. When you make a mistake, and I'm talking about mistakes as in when you sin, and maybe it's not even a mistake. Maybe it's something you chose to do. But when you sin, what I want you guys to start doing is talk to Jesus right away about it. Because Jesus is ultimately where we find forgiveness. So, first thing you're going to do is you're going to bring your stuff to Jesus. You're going to have courage. I know you guys. This is our family. We're courageous. So you're going to have courage and you're going to come to Jesus and you're going to come clean. I have to do this too, all the time, because I mess up plenty of times. So you're going to admit, I made a mistake. First thing you do is admit, like, I screwed up. Screwed up, and I'm sorry. And then you're going to believe that God can forgive you and wants to forgive you. The Bible is filled with passages about God's forgiveness and grace. He wants to show you grace, and he wants to forgive you. And then lastly, you got to just choose to turn from it, though. Don't keep doing it. The Bible says God is quick to forgiveness, but don't abuse that. Don't be like, thanks for forgiving me, God, and then keep messing up. Don't do that. Because guess what? God can forgive us, but it doesn't mean that we won't have consequences for the mistakes that we make, the sins that we commit. So admit you've made mistakes, believe that God can forgive you, and choose to not do it again. And maybe for some of you, you're like, I don't know about this Jesus thing. And maybe you've been kicking around the idea of Jesus for a while. And I'm going to remind all of you every single week we're together, just why not Jesus? Why not today? So put in the chat if you want to talk to someone or anything, but just remember that Jesus Christ is your Lord and he loves you. No matter what you've done, no matter where you've gone, no matter who you are, he loves you. Okay? And you're part of our family. And as part of our family, we need to give away some more Shamrock Shakes. I'm going to give away 2 more. Is that okay? Can I give away 2 more? Okay. Rochelle Hartwell? Rochelle Hartwell. Hartwell. I like your name. Your name is fun. Rochelle Hartwell. And Julie S. I don't know what the S stands for. Perhaps Shamrock Shake. Oh. All right, Rochelle and Julie, you get Shamrock Shakes. Guys, I love you. I really do. I love hanging out every single week, and we talk about Jesus, and we talk about serious stuff. And we also put together potatoes and sing a little Irish ditty. And we talk to unicorns. So, oh, look at that. That worked out really well. So, next week, Jen is going to be back, and then we're going to have some exciting stuff coming up, because next week is our last Collide Live of winter. And then we're going to have 2 weeks that are going to be a little different, and then we start the spring semester, and it's going to be awesome! So I can't wait. Now, without further ado, guys, do you guys want to see Jen do some Irish step dancing? I don't even think she knows I'm showing this to you guys. Yeah, we're going to do that. So, tune in next week. Let's watch Jen embarrass herself. And I can't wait to be back here with you guys next week. I love you. I'm praying for you. We'll see you next week. Take a look at this.
Welcome to another edition of Jen and Chad Tries. Chad wasn't able to make it today, so I brought a different friend. So instead of it being Jen and Chad Tries, it's Jen and Joe Tries. Joe, welcome. You like dancing, right?
Yes, I love dancing.
I don't want to try traditional stuff like ballet. Nah, that's boring. I wanted something festive.
Right.
I mean, we need to get festive. I mean, you're looking very festive. I love your socks.
I feel festive.
So we're trying Irish step dancing.
Apparently Jen wants to learn Irish dancing. She thinks she's the Lord of Dance, but she's really not.
I'm going to introduce you to our instructor, Olivia. Everyone on the chat, I want you to welcome Olivia and say hi, Olivia. Give her a hand wave, a thumbs up, a smiley face. I want you guys to put in the chat if you think Joe is going to be able to do this better or me, and if you think he's going to fall on his face. Let's see what happens.
Okay, so let's start from the very, very beginning. Remember, most important part, keep your arms nice and tight. Arms tight, they're glued to your body, you cannot move them.
Like penguins?
Yeah, just like a penguin.
Her arms are all over the place, you gotta keep them really at the sides. She's pointing over here and flopping about. It's absurd.
Lift our leg up. Okay, this is very important. You gotta keep those arms in, and you're gonna lean right onto that foot. Very good, and then bring it to the front and step together. And now we have to do left foot. So, we're gonna bring that leg up.
Joe doesn't know his left from his right. It was really tragic. Hand that makes the L. He struggles with that. I think maybe we need to get him those socks that say like left foot, right foot.
Make sure you know your rights and lefts, guys. So now we're gonna learn the last part of this step. It's really easy, I promise.
We're still on one step.
We're still on step 1, Jen.
Yes, we only got through one step. We're gonna start off with the high and step. Bare neck again. Step. And now we're gonna do a step. Step. Down. Now we're going lay down. Go right onto it. And step together. And now we're going left. Go right. Go right onto it. And step together. And now we go. Very good. You guys just completed your first Irish dance step.
Woo!
You got
Nice.
it.
All right. Who did it better, guys? Joe or me?
Get on my level, Jen. The king of dance.
Yes.
I want you to try to do this at home as you're
dance along
watching.
with us.
And have somebody tape you and submit it to us, because if we get any submissions, we might be sending you a little prize.
You know, I'm much more serious of a dancer than she is.
First of all, Joe tried to say he was a better dancer because he's Irish. He did nothing for that. That's his parents. And he said he has red hair. Whoop-de-doo, I've had red hair too. It's called dye. Now, the speed at which you're teaching us, is that the speed normal?
Now.
This is like
I knew that there was
0.5% speed.
Yeah, it goes a lot faster, but we'll get there as we.
Can you show us what it's supposed to look like at normal speed?
And there you go.
You did that.
I don't know if you guys have seen what is happening over here, but Jen is clearly not the Lord of Dance, so I would very much appreciate it if you guys voted for me.
You're gonna vote for me. We have the relationship. You guys are my people. Joe, he's just trying to be cool. He's not as cool. So I wanna see all the smiley faces. I wanna see the votes.
I mean, look at them. Can you even believe what they're doing? This was the worst class I've ever taught.
All right, guys, it is not as easy as it looks. I hope you enjoyed this edition of Jen and Joe Tries. We're gonna go get some water and maybe take a nap because the tink tink and the swishy swash were really hot. All right, have a good one, guys.